Guys, I thought I would do a simple video today. As you can notice, I'm on a sort of green screen setup. Thanks to the support from the stream, we got a green screen. Still need to get some lighting to perfect it, but I think it's a lot better than being stuck in a webcam. Whilst we wait for my hair to dry, we're currently gearing up this character. This character has replaced my Wanda. As you can see, my Wanda gear I'm going to be selling off. And I just respec this guy into what is now a speedrunning lab character. Now, an interesting story, or maybe not so interesting, is when I actually went to buy the gear, I bought this helmet for 2 exalts. Another one popped up for 20 chaos, and I went to snipe it whilst it was there. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's currently sold." And I said to him, he said to me, "Well, you know, if you want to pay 25 chaos, you can have it." And I said, "Listen, mate, this helmet, currently, there was none up. There was one up for 10 exalts, one up for 5, one up for 2. I said, it's not really worth that much money. It's just that there's none online, but I definitely wouldn't sell it for 25. And we ended up having a conversation, and I was talking to him about the build I'm going to be doing, because he was asking, you know, why am I buying it? And we ended up, I basically bought all these gear for 7 exalts, minus this Queen of the Forest, which I had to buy separately. So I don't know if I got ripped off. I paid 7 exalts, but at the time, and at this stage of the league, when I have extra currency to use, I find it amazingly useful when things like this happen, because I have the spare currency to just buy in bulk. And I don't have to put up with PoE trade. I didn't have to buy all these gems, didn't have to level them, didn't have to buy these flasks, or this rat's nest, or this helmet, or, you know, all the jewels that are in here that cap me out, you know, evasion, area damage. Now, I don't know if I got ripped off. Maybe I did, right? I have no idea really the price, so I wouldn't recommend this. However, for the sake of the stream and the speed of the stream, I just wanted to get a character up and running so some people could watch it. So I just got this guy running. You know, excuse the pun, I got him up and running. Now, this character is designed to run the lab quickly for enchants. It's not really designed for full key runs. I've still got my cleave guy. But I just thought it was a different playstyle. So I'm sure you've all seen this kind of playstyle. You press phase run, you press your 3 pots, and you sort of set off at this kind of pace, right? And the idea is you run through the traps. So when we go to, if we go down here, where's movement modifier? We have 450 movement speed. Now, I'm not sure if that's very quick. I know you're meant to be able to get 600. I guess if I get Queen 2-step boots or whatever they're called, those 50% ones, we can try and cap it out. Now, I'm currently not capped, which is kind of an issue, because I need to get certain resists. So, you know, it's not perfect for the resists, but you know, we can always rejig that round with maybe a better ring or something. But for now, it's kind of up and running. Yeah, it kind of sucks being sold 7 exalts of gear and not been capped. I get that, but just to get it up and running, and I'm kind of waffling now, I just thought I'd show you what I've been doing really, and that is playing this character, as I'm slightly bored of the Wanda, to be honest. I've done everything that I wanted to do on the Wanda. And we're just looking for a different playstyle now. I'm not sure how much time I'm going to put into this character, but the general gist of it is, you know, you press phase run and you press your 3 pots and off you go running. This is, I've already done a 4-minute 50 run, a 4-minute 40 run on Twitch, which isn't like super fast, but for a 4-minute 40 enchant, it's pretty quick. And it's just a different playstyle, right? It doesn't have to be the be-all and end-all build. I mean, I guess if you do smoke mine, I'm not exactly sure how you do smoke mine, by the way. I don't know how you do smoke mine. I've never used it. But anyway, we'll do a lab run, and we shall see where it takes us, right? So this is a blind run, and you can just sort of get an idea of what exactly it's like in the lab for yourself. So I won't rush through it because it's kind of hard to talk and play, I guess, with me not knowing the layout. So the general gist of it is there's kind of you have this for Grace, right? So you put Grace on. If you go here and you go to your movement speed, you have 515 movement speed, right? So the general idea is when you start off, you can spin up a few times if you want. Now this has got a gauntlet in, but if you were just running, you go in here to top right. You know, don't get lost like me like an idiot, but you go into top right and you're running at this kind of pace. Now I'll go for the shrine because actually I think this is a coffer. Oh, this is a shrine. Okay, well we got an acceleration shrine, so you know, RNG is shining on us. I actually don't have the layout for this. It hasn't been updated for some reason. So if we go to PoE Lab, we get the Uber Lab layout. Here we go, open image. We will see that we have a gold door to do and stuff like this. So basically, again, you'd effectively phase run, press these 3 pots, and off you go. Now, obviously, once you know the layout, and once you've got used to these buttons for flame dash and stuff like this, you'd be going a lot quicker, right? You'd be going much, much quicker than me. You'd know the layout, and you can... The idea is basically, sometimes you run through a pack and crit them. Now, I'm not sure how exactly that works. It's something to do with the glove enchant. And that refills your pot instantly. So, again, this isn't some crazy demonstration showing you exactly how fast it goes, but I just wanted to give you an idea of the playstyle and really what I'm up to. So we go in here, this has got a gold key. Now what happens with traps is obviously, you know, you still got to know how to do the traps. And yes, it can be a bit friggin' absolutely ridiculously autismo, to be completely honest, to run this fast whilst trying to go the right way. It's probably going to get me getting some utes too, if I could actually stop stuttering. And, you know, it's going to be a very different playstyle to what I'm used to. But, I mean, you can see right now, you know, you spin up on these guys, open up this. You get the gist that it's much, much quicker than my cleave guy, right? It's obviously more expensive, and all that shit, like, we get that. Is it worth it? Maybe if you hardcore grind the lab, and it's a really good day, and you want to blast through some enchants, it's a different option. Now, this probably cost me about 20 exalts to get going. Slightly less, actually. 11 exalts for the chest piece, and 7 for his gear, so it took me 18 exalts to get up and running. Now, is that worth it? It's just something different, right? For me in PoE personally, I'm trying to always find something that is a different experience. It's kind of getting lost here. I guess we are going this way. And this is definitely a different experience, right? You can see, you know, you run through this. It's kind of, you know, you can pick up keys if you want. There's something that I'm kind of missing with the build that's I'm meant to crit and refill my pot. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just going to have to get used to the playstyle. The general idea is you go like this. You know, let me turn that on. I'm going like this. I'm spinning up to 20, right? I'm going Orb of Storms, Decoy Totem, Rallying Cry, and I'm shield charging into him, and I'm pressing my pots, and that's kind of what I'm doing. And then I'm swapping back to this, right? I'm putting on Grace, and I'm pressing X to go back to my weapon, and now I'm running to the top right? When this opens up, I'm going phase run, pots, and then I'm running to the top right, okay? Now, obviously, you know, you've got to click doors. It's not a very relaxing playstyle, right? It's not a very relaxing playstyle. However, chat seem to really enjoy me playing it. It is much faster than the cleave guy, and you know, you can go ahead. You can do some dark shrines. You know, typically, you know, you have an idea where dark shrines are. Normally, they're in the bottom here, so it doesn't seem to be. But, you know, you can run, you're sort of looking at the map the whole time. I can't really read chat whilst I'm doing this, right? But, you know, this looks like it's going to be down here, the shrine. Press your pots if you're panicking. But once you know the layout, you know, you can zip through this. You can, you know, you don't have to go at full racer mode speed, right? I don't have to try and get #1 Uber Lab layout for the day, right? What I can do though is I can just, if I know the layout and I know it's a, you know, a fairly safe trap room, I can just blitz through to the locations once I know them. So, you know, we can get this. Obviously, I'm going faster than normal because I've got a friggin' acceleration shrine. We know that. So it's kind of misleading. But if we go in now to the top right, again, there's another shrine. I still need to get used to pressing all the pots and the actual playstyle, having never played this before. And again, this is my first league farm in the lab. So it's kind of a bit finicky to get used to. But I'm sure once we give it some practice, and importantly, you know the layout of the lab, right? Once you know the layout of the lab, typically I'm a cleave guy, I'm just reading chat anyway. So like there, you know, I'm not absolutely racing, but it's so much quicker than my lab guy, right? I haven't done Argus yet because he hasn't appeared, but you go in here. Now, remember, I do need to fix my resists, otherwise I could be looking at a silly death. And I've died once on this build. But it is definitely, you know, if you're in the mood to just play a fast lab style, then you can shield charge him, I think, for the... Yeah, and I'm also not used to playing Blade Flurry as well, to be completely honest. Like, so I'm sort of getting used to playing Blade Vortex, sorry. So now we are going, this is double gold, this is a single gauntlet, you know, you can run the gauntlet if you want. But honestly, like, you can see how much faster this guy is than my cleave guy if you know the layouts. Now obviously, can't say it anymore, we don't know the layout, but it's still pretty fast. It can kill Argus. I guess we could go back for Argus, but just for the purpose of the speed of this video, we won't. You know, you can zip through here, do these, blah blah blah, zoom up here. We can get going around here. Typically, this is going to be a top righter. We can boost up, you know, and like I say, we're not having to go full metal, risking our death every single time. We can just go at our own pace, but occasionally give us a boost to speed if we want it. Kind of fucked up the layout here. I guess we want to be going like further this way. Apparently there's a top right, unless I've been deceived. Maybe I'm been deceived. Maybe I'm in the wrong... Oh, yeah. I see where I am now. So yeah, not knowing the layout, you know, is obviously slightly detrimental to going fast. But it's just for me, personally, I'm always chasing sort of different experiences in PoE, right? I'm always trying to do different things and switch it up and give some people something different to watch. Now, I'll probably end up, you know, in a few weeks or something, or, you know, a few days, maybe I respect this guy and I say, you know what, that's a fun playstyle, but it's not for me. However, we've yet to really get used to the playstyle. Still got a lot of clear improvements, obviously, to make, you know. And this is an Argus. We can show you Argus, I guess. So Argus is here. You can swap. Let's not get killed and be an idiot. So we spin up on Argus, drop this, shield charge him to get Warlord's Mark, and you can see, like, it's not that bad damage, really, is it? Like, considering, you know, you can decoy him, I guess. You know, then you can swap back. I wouldn't actually probably swap Brings for Argus. I just did it just to show you the sort of playstyle. Then you can press your thing and off you go. And you go in, where is it? Top right or top left, you know. Again, this has got a gauntlet in. And you can just go boom, race up here. And you can see, like, even on one of these AIDS traps, it's fairly comfortable. And yeah, you know, horrible demonstration, I understand that. But, you know, we got to the end. I don't know how fast that run was. It was a full key run. You know, you go in here, you swap, hatred on, spin up to 20. We can drop the Orb of Storms, drop the decoy, shield charge him here, press your pots, you know, get out of that one. And you can see there, you know, I don't know how quick that run was, probably very slow, not knowing the layout and stuff like that, but just an example of that's the type of build I'm playing now. You know, I'm enjoying it. Don't know how long, you know, we'll play it for, or, you know, if it's going to be worth it, or, you know, maybe I just get tired of it in a few days, or people aren't enjoying watching it. So I just wanted to do something a bit different for my stream. So you've got the option of watching full key runs on a cleave guy. It's going to be a lot slower, but I can do every puzzle, and I can really interact with chat, or if we're feeling lucky on the enchants, you know, we can just blast around, do some enchants. You know, that was a 4-key run, was that? I think it was a 4-key run, yeah, 4-key run. You know, with 2 enchants, did some shrines, and, you know, that's like what I decided to put my money into, just a different playstyle, just to see really how it works. That's only my 3rd ever run on that build, so, you know, 2 enchants there, and then you can set off again and do it again. And that's the playstyle, really. Just thought I'd show you again, as we get better with the layouts and the actual playstyle, and probably as we look at our gear. I mean, we're not capped, right? We could probably get, you know, some more cold res or something, you know. We're not quite cold res capped. You know, we could maybe buy a different Queen of the Forest with more cold. However it is, you know, we could buy an amulet, a different, you know, put some, you know, anything on here, you know, you get me. But that's what I was going for. And I thought I'd just show it you. So if you're enjoying this, just a different playstyle, some sort of speed lab runner, there you go.